Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays. Hope you all have had a wonderful week. Summer is definitely here. Woohoo! Man, it was like 80 degrees today out there watching my son's flag football game. And I just dragged my carcass in here about 5 minutes ago. So I was glad to be able to get online. Hope you all had a great week and are already off to a great weekend. And yes, Red Bull, I know is the old jersey. I think this is the 21 jersey. It's going to be a fantastic year. We'll see. We'll see. Max, of course, will take an average car and turn it into a championship contender. We'll see if Isaac Hajar is chewed up and spit out like all the second drivers have been for the last 10 years. Well, I've got the air conditioning set to 70, Katie, so it'll cool down nice. Caltonian, right on. You know, enjoy the time. You may say you've got a long way to go, but the thing about LotRO that makes it so great is all of that early and mid-level stuff is what's enjoyable. I mean, it's all enjoyable. So don't Sid the Sloth. I can't unsee that. I know. Good for you, Dan. 70% healed. Right on. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing some LotRO today, but I got to tell you, I got a message from Matt, Nerd of the Rings, and he has encouraged me to go ahead and download the electronic version of Magic the Gathering called MTG Arena, and I can build some LotRO decks there, and we can take each other on a little easier than the 4-camera setup that we had with Don Marshall. So look for that to happen soon, as well as the Lego build and one new thing. So many of you know, I think I've showed you all before. Where is it? Where are you? So the King's Wild project had done these really cool decks of playing cards. I've showed you these before, I think. Just gorgeous artwork. And they did a Kickstarter about a year ago that I decided to support. So to give you an idea, for example, there's the Queen of Spades is Galadriel, right? I mean, just, gorgeous artwork. All the cards are great. All the decks are fantastic. But King's Wild did another really cool art project recently, and I'll show it to you in a moment after I put this away. Right back. Let's see. All right. This is the new project. It's the Lord of the Rings National Park Puzzle. So you can see what they've done is they've done this really cool artwork like Rivendell National Park, Lembas Bread, the Red Book of Westmarch, the High Pass National Park over here, Gamgee Gardens. So really, really cool artwork. And that's the puzzle, if I can get it out of the light. There we go. So that's the puzzle. And I think I might actually be building that on a couple of streams. I don't know. It might be too large for my camera to even take in, to be honest. I think 1,000 pieces. I don't know what the dimensions are of the finished piece. But what's kind of neat is when you support that, you could also get another deck of playing cards. This time, Visit Middle-earth. Sorry, I'm very self-conscious about the shiny forehead from all the sweat. It's so hot today. So I'm opening this now for the first time. It just came yesterday, by the way. So let's see what's in this deck. All right. Let's take a look, see what's in this. Ooh, I'm already liking the box. It's a map. Really cool green foil edging. You're going to see these before I do. Visit Middle-earth. Oh, I see. And then, oh, look at that. And that's the first one I pulled. The Prancing Pony Historic Site is the 2 of spades. I'm loving this. They've got the Emyn National Park, Anduin River, the Gap of Rohan. Look at the artwork on these. Are these not spectacular? I got to say, I am so glad I supported this one. Oh, Hobbiton National Historic Site. Great artwork. So I'm really, really thrilled with this. And maybe it's something that we'll do on next week's stream. So we'll see. We'll see. I got a note here. Hush, you don't say boo about my Checo Gamgee. I wasn't saying anything about Checo. He was one of many. He lasted longer in that second seat than anybody had for, well, since Max Verstappen drove Ricardo out of that second seat. I mean, really. I'm trying to remember who else was in the second seat before Gasly, before Albon, who they were both before Checo. They're both still on the grid. They're good drivers. But yeah, that second car. Whoa, my Celsius was a little happy today. A friend who's a huge Max fan. Right on. Give him my best, Dan. Katie, thank you. Yeah, getting me connected with the guy behind these projects. Sorry. Would be fantastic. So, all right. Dang, what? I missed that. Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome to talk with him a little bit. Yeah. The Red Bull mechanics, but what's the wow for, Katie? What did I do? I swear this stream is like an hour and a half to 2 hours of me guessing. What did I do wrong this time? So, who in the fellowship do I think would get the best sponsors on their jersey? Well, Soderman would get Palantir. They'd probably pay a pretty big chunk. Aragorn would, of course, get Andoril. Oh, I did. The Celsius was a little happy. It was like, I'm so happy to see you. I didn't think it was that bad. Yeah. Who else? Let's see. Legolas would probably get, I don't know, one of those big outdoor. REI. REI would probably sponsor Legolas. Gimli would get one of those axe throwing places. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of them could drive Formula One cars, though. I don't even think I could drive a Formula One car. All right. Well, before we keep talking about cars, which is probably going to help somebody earn their bingo today, do we have any Tolkien questions, LotRO questions, anything like that before we jump into the game for today? Super excited to get back and see how much work we got to do before we can get our war steed. Halbrad, I don't know. Halbrad, maybe Film Halbrad would get sponsored by REI. I don't see Book Halbrad getting sponsored by anybody because he's too racist against the dwarves. They'd look at his social media and be like, nah, sorry, man. Starting your Lord of the Rings read through tomorrow. That is phenomenal. Good job. Oh, that's great. No, lose count. If you've not done a full read through aloud, I highly recommend doing that, even if you're by yourself. Nate, your 9-year-old started listening to the first episode. She had a 10-minute iPad break. Oh, Halbarad, not Haldir. Sorry. I was thinking Haldir, the racist elf. No, Halbarad would definitely get sponsored by REI. They would sponsor the whole Grey Company. Are you kidding me? Eladon and Elro here would be like their lead, reps. Sure. All right. I want to build this puzzle now. Oh, and also I think on Monday, Lego releases the Sauron little spiky head kit. And that's a nice sized kit in the sense that I think I can build it in a single stream. Maybe 2 at the most. So that might be coming soon. We might tackle that. And the ones that I can do on small builds, like the Sauron helmet, the Balrog Book Nook, which would probably take 2 or 3 builds or 2 or 3 sessions, and the Fell Beast, which I think I could do in a single one. So those would be good. She recognized the podcast from the logo. Right on. Yes, reading glasses today for the purpose. there is something to be said for ebooks, for the fact that you can change the font size and also switch to dark mode, which I like. For some reason, I do better with the black page and the white text. Yes, this is on Twitch, Caltonian. I stream simultaneously to Twitch and YouTube. But I think on Twitch you will get ads during the stream, whereas I think on YouTube you only get them if you're watching it on playback. I can't control that, by the way. I mean, I can control on or off, right? I can turn off the ads, but they don't like that. They really don't want you streaming without that. They give you all sorts of trouble. Instead of the Hunt for Gollum, we got a series called The Adventures of the Grey Company. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? New Tolkien books while you're away? Great. As soon as I said you'll get ads, you got an ad break. Whoa! If I was manifesting, I'd be a lot better off than I am. I bet you're getting an ad break that's bringing in $500 of revenue. It's not happening. I think I got. I think YouTube is up to paying me about $40 a month now, which means I don't get paid every month because they only pay you when you get to $100 threshold. And Twitch is about the same, but they pay you out each month. So I am not in this one for the money, folks. I am here because it's fun. I get to hang out with you all. I get to chat with people that really enjoy the show, that have cool questions. And I get to play Lord of the Rings online. Speaking of, let's get the game up going, okay? So that does mean that Twitch and YouTube, you won't be able to talk to each other anymore because we're going to take that off the stream, and we're going to bring up that second camera now. Streamer X. There we go. All right, folks, here we go. Oh, and for those of you who weren't here last week, that little 10-year card behind my head, that's a reminder that the PPP has been around for 10 years now. Oh, and look, Katie, you'll see the book over here that finally just came in, Doomed to Die. There it is, right there. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Great book, by the way. If you haven't gotten that one, pick that up. All right. The book next to Boromir with the Dragon Helm of Dor-lómin. That is the very fancy Children of Húrin. That is the, what do they call that? I don't remember what they call it. Super limited, something like that. It was 500 numbered edition, signed by Alan Lee and Christopher Tolkien. So benefit to me, for those of you who subscribe. I don't know about through Prime subscriptions. I think that's more like Prime giving you a thing. I think regular subs are what bring in, a few dollars here and there. I did not know that Jessica Yates from the Tolkien Society did a commentary on an art book. Yeah, Tom Racine, tremendous guy, and what a really cool book. Just a lot of fun. All right, let's get the game going, and I will continue to pay attention to chat. And of course, for those of you who have questions that I miss, Katie does a really good job of getting those to me in a chat that's a little easier for me to read while I'm playing. Okay. All right. Katie, if you could just let me know that the sound levels are right. We didn't get a chance to test today because, like I said, I barely dragged my butt in here in time for the 1 o'clock start. All right. Let's hop on in, and Katie will let me know if that's not working out. Thank you, Katie. Yeah. Feel free at any time, if you've got a question about the books on the shelves, please feel free. I love talking about books. Every book back there is a Tolkien book or a book about Tolkien. Good heavens. All right, here we are in Longhold. All right, we are in the Wold. For those of you who haven't been with us for a little while, we have finally made it into Rohan. Just barely, of course. This is the part of Rohan that's up here, the Wold. So it's right up against the Great River near the Undeeps. This would, of course, be the first area of Rohan that would see an invasion, right? If the Easterlings were coming, for example, they would cross at the Undeeps, and so you'd get into the Wold and Wildemore, which is sort of a made-up portion of Rohan. But we'll get there later. Right now, we're in the Wold, just south of the Great River. We are in the town of Longhold, and you can see that we have a couple of missions that'll take us down to Harwick. You can see other little towns like Floodwind and Eorl's Hollow. And then we've got to the Norcrofts, to the east wall, to the wold. So there's also the east wall is to the south of us. We've actually been there in the epic, right? We were in Mansig's encampment. We were actually started up by the Argonath, went down to Mansig's encampment, and then down to Parth Galen, where we enjoyed those incredible session play bits, where we got to be at the Fellowship, at the breaking of the Fellowship, from the perspective first of Frodo, then of Boromir, and then of Sam. That was really good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the game itself. Which character in game would I want to narrate a documentary of Middle Earth? Which character in game? Oh, in the Legendarium, I was going to say. Because sadly, the game does a lot of like the same voiceover actor. Which character in the Legendarium? Gandalf would do a fantastic job. Let's see. So what other quests do we have here in this area? Well, that's the Brownlands, so we're not going to go back over to the other side of the river anytime soon. We're not going to do the East Wall necessarily. So, yeah, I think a lot of those are going to go away. So let's just, that's it, the North Wold and the Epic. So we need to, for Book 8, Chapter 1, we need to complete all quests in Longhold in the Wold. And we're going to start with burning salamander nests and defeating salamanders in the Seething Mire. And that's all over here. So that should be easy enough. So we're going to go ahead first off and redeem our silver gift. What do we get? We got an utterly useless potion for morale, which we'll just throw away, and some virtue XP, which we'll apply right away. Let's go ahead and turn on Find the Path and Track Mines. Ooh, and we're getting close to 81. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Tome of Extraordinary Experience so that maybe we can spend a little bit of time today in the halls of at Rivendell reforging the Epic. Do I think the salamanders ever eat Hobbit? I think they would if they could. Those are giant critters. Do they give us some Rohirric hides? They do give us Rittermark hides. Good. We're going to need Rittermark hides because, as you can see, we need Rittermark hides. We also need Rittermark Skarn. So we will be doing those things. All right. Tom Bombadil. Tom would be a good one. I agree. Oak branches. Yeah, we like resource nodes when we're still needing them. You know, when they're not below level anymore. Oh, the music here is so great. Wold ruffians. Brigand Slayer of the East Emnet. I'm sure I'll get a deed started here as well once I kill the Krabben. Nope, no deeds for them. Let's kill the big buffalo here. Oh, I thought I hit the... Nope, I didn't do the Heartseeker. Oh, I don't need it now. All right. What are the red arrows? These are new, right? Warbands. I happen to know what those are, but we haven't gotten a mission that's explained them yet. So we'll wait a little bit. You remember when this came out? You got it for your 18th birthday? Wow. Why are burglars so good at stealth? Because their armor is made of hide. Oh. 18th birthday. Wow. Okay. Ruins, tombs, and monuments of the East Emnet, the Seething Mire. Now we get to also have a quest called Defeat Venom Tongue, eldest of the great salamanders. So we're going to need to kill 10 of them, including their boss, with all its ill will bent upon you. Oh, this is going to get nasty, right? So we got to kill 10 of these guys. Oh, I think it's over there. No, that's just a regular one that's hiding. So this is just a simple, go to this area, kill a bunch of these things, find their boss, kill it too. I like these because at least they're all in the same area, right? It gets to be efficient. Oh, Emnet. And you were pronouncing it Enmit instead of Emnet? East Emnet? That's an easy mistake to make. Not as easy as Danny Quettel. That's a really easy mistake to make, as we know. Oh, shoot. I didn't see that. Literally the one sitting on top of the nest. Probably need to kill that one first before I take the nest down. Venom Tongue, the Sackville Baggins prance to the Worm Tongues. I wonder if I'll have to kill 10 first and destroy eight nests. Oh, no, there's Venom Tongue. Okay, set a trap. Go stealth. Oh, my Heartseeker's on cooldown, so I'll just have to kill her the old way. Like that. Boom. Quest ready to advance. Finish now. She was not tough at all. Ooh, there's a scar deposit. Who would have thought? So I just need to kill one more salamander, burn one more nest, and I can head back up to town. All right, let's go back to Highbald. Oh, there it is. Salamanders hate fire. I'm glad you came back. My mission is dire. That's right. It is very dire.
What business have you on the Rotary?
Quite a bit, actually. All right. Kada has a mission for me now. A game of brigand bashing.
Stay a moment and speak with me.
You might be hardy enough to fight brigands. It is very dangerous, though. If you want to try, you should talk to Heberga, the daughter of the Thane. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right. Get a little political positioning here. Oh, it's a kid. It's a little one. Never mind. It's my bad. I thought it was going to be like Eowyn, right? You're that stranger, right? I'm not afraid of you. I am the daughter of the Thane, and someday I might be in charge, so I am very brave. Did you really kill all those salamanders and wander right into their den to burn their nests? Even our bravest warriors don't dare go there. You might be courageous enough to survive our brigand bashing game. We'll go easy on you. Come on, let's play. Oh, okay, so we just get to play a game with the kiddos. That's fun.
The fearless children of Limehold have invited you to join them in a game of brigand bashing, in which they
this time you get to be the warrior of Rohan, and we're the brigands. Take this bat. It's made of leather bound in cloth. Whoop the brigands. And how do I... Is there a skill? How do I actually do it? How do I actually hit them? Use the bat to whomp them. Okay, I have no idea what I'm supposed to actually do because I don't see a bat in here. Is it just a use thing? Oh, it's over here. I didn't see the thing. Okay. A bat made by the children. Batted a villain. Wow. This is going to be a long one. Why can't I target him? Ugh. I'm going to get sick playing this game. Oh, I have to wait until they say something. Oh, good heavens. This is obnoxious. Okay, hold on. Let me move this to an area where I can like see it. Okay. All right. Let's try this again. Okay, annoying person. Wow, really? I'm just going to chase one dude around. That's what it is. Wow. I mean, I get that they're just trying to be fun and remind us that the people of Rohan are a lively, fun crew that beat their children with leather bats wrapped in wool. It almost makes me think cricket's actually a better game. Takes a lot for me to say that. All right, I'll stop beating up on you. Let's catch this one. Oh, no, now I got to do this one. Dang it. At least I can't break my collarbone. Wow. See, the problem is that the tab button to change your target doesn't work because they're not really enemies. There's also a cooldown, so you can't beat them repeatedly, which is really a bummer. You should be able to just smack them twice or 3 times. There we go. No fair, you're too strong. This time you have to play the brigand, and we will be the great riders. We're coming for you. Watch yourself, vile ruffian. Am I not even able to run? Apparently not. The mighty Rohirrim of Langhold. I am stuck. A rider approaches. You there, Hilbern.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Adults in this town do not waste time with child games. If you wish to face brigands, it appears a small band of them have returned from exile to harass a local farm. Instead of playing with our idle children, you could perhaps prove yourself useful by dealing with real enemies, eh? He does not have kids. He does not have kids. Enough games. Come, let us head back into town. A real dad trying to make the same point would have jumped in the game, whacked a couple kids, and then said, by the way, talk to Dala. All right, Dala. Where am I going to find Dala? At the Dala store? I don't know. Forgive me. That was so bad. Not you. You. You're supposed to let the kids win.
Our mission is done.
Ask my son if I let him win. Losing toughens you. You have a hero's reputation, yet you seem to have too much free time if you are playing at brigand bashing, the children of Langhold. What? I am a guest, man. I'm not...
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Try your hand at the real thing. All right. Brigands have raided a farm to the west. Question the farmer about the attack. And it's just right over here, so why would I beam there? Oh, poor Tunbert.
Our hope lies in strength, but the servants of the enemy are everywhere.
Sorry, give me a second. All right. Glad the City Watch sent a strong-looking hunter to aid me. The brigands came just before dawn and ransacked my farm and beat me. There were only 4, maybe 5 of them that did the dirty work. Brigands would not dare return to the northern world in any great number so long as Uhtred is famed. Did not make out which way they ran. Perhaps southwest? Perhaps. Find the brigand camp. Set as quest guide focus. Aha. All right. Yes, the brigand camp is down here somewhere. I'm familiar with the landscape in this area because even though I've not done these quests before, I've had to take my high-level characters here to start trying to find a bunch of Rittermark Skarn and Rittermark hides. Only on book 3, so to me, Alan's son is still 5 to 6. Yeah, we're celebrating his 14th birthday today. I think I found the brigand camp. What do you mean, find the brigand camp? There it is. So now we found it. Find the small band of brigands and collect stolen good from the brigands. Free cattle. I like this. Basically, show up here, and then you get all the quests. So confront the leader, defeat brigands, free cattle, collect stolen coins. So lots of little things to do. This outpost is much more worrisome than a mere band of robbers. Yes, it is. Oh, shoot. Did I seriously not get that guy free? I moved too soon. So I have to free the 3 cattle. I have to collect 6 stolen coins and 6 stolen grain. Yeah, I think this is the last birthday where he'll be shorter than me. I think last year he was 5'2", and now he's like 5'7". Where's 11 and a half, so all right, there's stolen grain. There's an archer. Should be nice and easy. So the coins are not things I find. They are things I get from killing them. I've already collected 4 of them. That's easy. Okay. Oh, well, got to kill him first. Okay, get the grain, and I think that'll be... Oh, I need 1 more grain after that, and then I got to kill 5 more brigands on the way to find the leader. All right, how about you 2? You 2 will do. Yes, you 2 will do nicely. All right. So what we'll do next, of course, is we'll search for Passage of Foes, and we'll try to find the named leader. Well, that's odd. An orc. That's not him, though. He's also red, so way above level. So apparently I have to defeat more of these guys first. He doesn't make short jokes about me yet. He is still shorter than me. But I don't think that'll last. Tell Dala that okay, now we need to confront the leader. So where is the leader? To the south, okay. Oh, is he in the cave? Is that a cave? It's always a cave. Yep, he's in the cave. No, Caltonian, I think that coupon is expired. There's all sorts of... Oh, I'll be fine. I have potions. I'm not worried. These guys are like 5 levels beneath me. I'm Eastman. Okay, so let's set a trap. We have every right to be here. Do you think you can just harass my folk, stranger, because some power-crazed Thane told you to? I'll stand up for my folk. The wold is our home, too. We have a right to take what is ours. He has yielded and asked that a message be delivered to the Thane. To the Thane of Longhold, the free men of the wold have a message for you. Run. Abandon your city. You have been duly warned. We were exiled unjustly by your decree, but we will abide your ruling no longer. The free men of the wold do not heed any Thane, Reeve, or King. You have been warned. All right, so we'll go back to the farmer, give him his stuff, and then go back to the city.
Time is short.
City.
So is hope.
It's kind of a stretch to the tiny little village here. Yeah, the typical coupons like that are good for about a week. I think usually every Wednesday when they update the games is usually when the next coupon works.
Will you aid the horse lord?
But they'll run it again. They'll absolutely run it again. So, you can pick it up the next time. It's sort of like, they often run the bonus points thing. Like when you buy LotRO points, you get bonus points. Like I never buy points except for when they're on sale like that. And you just basically only buy the things you want when they're on sale, and it ends up becoming not a terribly expensive game at that point. You can always play it for free too.
Welcome, my friend.
Fool Eastman, he dares offer me terms of peace if I give up Longhold and the northern wall to his brigand scum. I will not send my folk away, and I will rally my riders and deal with the brigands at once. They should have been thankful for exile. It was a pardon. I will not be so forgiving next time.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Really, Uhtred, I do not think you should make light of this threat. They've never poised themselves to attack our town, only to harry our lands and steal from the farmers. I do not like Eastman's language, and I think we should heed Hilburn's words of warning. We should prepare to defend ourselves. Defend ourselves? They will never attack us. Why not, you ask? Because we will oust them first, as we always do. Thank you, Hilbern, for your diligence, but you are to leave the brigands to me. If you wish to be of service, you may perform the patrol of the River Watch. Whoop whoop, 81. We're going to go reforge the weapons in a little bit. I will think on the threats of the brigands, but in the meantime, perform the patrol of Ford Watchtowers. Okay. Speak to a guard at the second southernmost watchtower. Yeah, the nice thing about the some of these expansions, you can get the Valar stuff relatively affordable and then pop a guy up to 140 and go enjoy the new material. All right, so the River Watch Patrol is over there, and it looks like we're basically going to go along those things. So we'll go there. We'll actually go there on foot because we want to do this right. A bunch of points left over. Dangerous how quickly they get used up buying bags. Yes, bags will take your coins very quickly. So will black steel keys for your loot boxes. All right. I'm going to actually port because I'm using the 1 hour scroll that gives me extra XP. So I really don't want to waste my time walking around after all.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Central Watchtower. Now from here I can walk. I'm not going to port from here. I love that there's just horses wandering around that you can't target them. They're just, because it's Rohan, right? Oh, ruffians. Well then. Oak branches and a Rittermark Scarn deposit. Character boost. It is like cheating. But what you do is you have at least one character that you decide you're never going to Valar. For me, that's Durthal. It's also Hilbern. I've not, used anything on him at all. And I'm not planning to. And I don't mean to, sir. I don't mean to. Or I mean not to. That's what I mean.
What brings you?
You may ride on. Nothing of the ordinary here, just the ordinary dangers of the plains. Central Tower reports no danger. I mean. Yeah, farming materials is one of the big reasons to Valar somebody, because then you can just go places and get stuff. So, level up a guy who's got Prospector and Forester. Of course, now that you can pick your own, you could also pick Scholar, and they can get Scholar mats.
Our mission is done.
Hail Rider. It's not quite a war steed, but I suppose it will do for now. You're on patrol. I'm afraid we've spotted movement on the Ford Easterlings, most like. Ride to the tower on Anduin's edge and see what they have to report. We are safe for now. Ah, you can see the Easterling camp down there, can't you? Here, we'll show you in a minute. Hey, there it is. Something tells me we'll have to go down there and clear out some Easterlings. So keep in mind, this is one of the only places that an army could cross the Anduin in force. In fact, it's one of only... There is a bridge up by the Karak, and after that, they can't cross the Anduin on foot or on horse. And then there are no bridges until you get to Osgiliath, where the bridge has been destroyed at that point, but was available there for many centuries. But here we have the Undeeps, the shallows of the Anduin, and it's a possible place for them to build little encampments and actually cross the river. So let's go back and talk to the guys here. The Undeep Watch. Adbert.
What brings you
Easterlings
to
are
that?
upon us. They've gathered at the ford and begun to swarm the riverbanks. Numbers are still small. I believe we still have a chance to fend them off. Find the
Don't you
source
mean
of the
you need
watchman's
your aid?
dread. I am loath to venture down to the south Undeep to see what evil is afoot with our foes, but I know it must be something terrible. If you have a stout heart, by all means, go take a look, but I will not judge you for fleeing. All I know is that Thane will not react without evidence. He's too practical to risk Langhold for naught but a chill upon the air. Oh, we've got a Nazgul. All right, let's go find this thing, huh? All right, heading down to the Easterling camp. We actually want to cross the river because that's where we'll find out what's over there. And it's undoubtedly going to be something related to the Nazgul, right? Aha, and we have quests. Defeat Easterlings. 12 of them. And find Mordor steel on the Easterlings. So these are Easterlings, so they're going to be just like the ones we were defeating in the Brownlands. Thought for sure that would trigger that guy as well, but it did not. All right. Oh. Okay, they're a level capped player. Not level capped, they're 150, so they're near cap. I don't know what they're doing here. Probably just deeds, but they're killing everybody. Dang it. I can't find the Mordor steel if I don't kill them myself. Please stop doing this. Please stop doing this. That's really not kind. And like those creatures are great at it. Whatever they're doing, they could do without killing them. All right, I just need to kill one more. Find Mordor steel on one more. Tell you what, when I'm out there and about trying to do deeds, last thing I'm going to do is take, when I see somebody who's on level trying to do quests, I'm going to get out of there. But all right, so find the source of the. Okay, so it's over here somewhere. We're almost near it. Well, I could. It's less about the loot and more about the because I don't really care about the loot. It's the stuff that fills the quests. But I've gotten it. I've gotten enough. I mean, I could, but they're not going to. Why would they? Some poor little level 81 schmuck. Something feels wrong here. You should peek in the nearby hole in the fence. Peek into the hole in the fence. That's the hole in the fence. Oh, this hole. Oh! A fell beast of Mordor perches here, and its rider cannot be far. You should observe the enemies. Quiet, fool. They will hear you. You know we cannot take Langhold without help. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, just return it once. Okay. Let's do that then. Unsettling alliance.
Will you aid
A
the
Nazgul
Mordors?
of Mordor, save us. Warn the Thane. We don't stand a chance against this united army of foes.
What business have you?
We'll have the sense of the Thane at once. Easterlings at the Undeep. Urge the Thane to evacuate Langhold at once. All right, we're going to port back just because, hey, you got a Nazgul. They can go pretty fast. So the brigands ally with the Easterlings led by a captain of Mordor. This is dire news indeed. What do you propose, Hilbern? You urge the Thane to evacuate Langhold. For a moment, he says nothing in reply. He only stares gravely into the distance. Well, the decision is before me. Do we evacuate and flee before those we exiled simply because they have a new master? Or do we protect Langhold, the northern keep of the Riddermark? Help Thane Uhtred make his decision. Wow. Let us think on the matter together. By your account, there isn't much time.
Langhold is under attack by brigands, and worse yet, their new Kundalar allies from the east.
What business have you?
These Nazgul of Mordor cannot be so strong as to lay low a strong city such as Langhold. Yes, they can. Full of hale Rohirrim warriors and war steeds. I will not let the brigands refute their exile while I live. The women and children are to leave. The men of Langhold will stand and defend the city. Higbald, ready the men for the attack. I must speak with my family. At once, my lord. Killen. Yes, my love. I know. I will bring our folk to Harwick and seek shelter there. You need not fear for the safety of Langhold's women and children. Father, let me stay and fight with you. Me too, Father. I'm almost big enough to wield a sword. My sweet children, I would not let you risk your lives for the world. The riders of Langhold will protect this city or die trying. That is our duty. But who will look after the other children while the men defend the town? You can count on us, Father. I'll protect them too. That is what I like to hear. Take my war steed, Killen. I know he will bear you all to Harwick safely. Farewell, Uhtred. I pray for a swift victory.
What brings you to these lands?
Thank heavens they left willingly, the brave dears. I must collect myself before I go out and rally the men. Please, will you go see them off safely, Hilbern? I need a moment to myself. This is not good, folks. This is not good. Not allowed to call Uhtred the Timu Theoden or Killen the Timu Eowyn. I know, I'm not... Yeah. This is rough. This is really rough.
What brings you to these lands?
Do not look at me that way, Hilbern. You need not pity me. My husband is strong and stubborn and does his duty with pride. Yes, I would rather have him safe by my side, but that is not the way of the Rohirrim. Come, we must make towards the stables. Uhtred wants us to take his war steed to Harwick. I can already hear the enemy's approach. We must hurry. Now would be good. Ah, the magnificent horse looks ready to bear the Thane's family to the end of the world and back. It must have sensed its master's need, for it is prepared to carry its precious riders to safety at once. Higbald rounded us up, my lady. We something. I can't read. There's too many names. Good. I hope Harding has a space for us temporarily. Make sure they get a safe start. That means I got to get out there. Do not despair. We are people of the Riddermark. Our spirits are not so easily broken. Yes, and Father said we're to protect the children. And I know we will all be safe, Herberga. That sound. The enemy is at the north gate.
What business
Be
have
safe,
you with the
Hilbern.
Rohirrim?
Go, we will be fine. They make for the north, we will head for the south. Come on, I feel like I can't go fast enough. Yeah, rain of arrows for the win. I do like me some rain of arrows, I admit. Oh, missed a bunch of them that time. That's bad. +7 dread? Oh, that's why. Begone, monster. Leave this town. You have not the courage to withstand me, puny man. Your hideous city burns. My minions have taken it and lent their arms to the Great Eye. Surrender and swear fealty to Mordor. We are a free folk and we make our own laws. I will never... You and your honor, Richard. Where has it gotten you? You banished us one too many times. I warned you. Your lack of tolerance has driven us into the arms of some powerful new friends. Revenge is so sweet.
What brings you to these lands?
Well, this stinks. No wonder I had to turn that quest in before completing the quest of Longhold. Once again, the writers know how to deliver a story. This sucks.
Will you aid the horse lords?
We made it out. My poor city. What now, Hilbern? My Thane is dead and my city burns. We survivors must make for Harwick. Can only hope Harding has room for us.
What brings you to these lands?
It is over, Hilbern. Langhold is naught but smouldering wood and ashes now. I will make for Harwick to see to the women and children there and give aid to the survivors, for that is my duty. That's almost better than... No, it's not. Okay. We'll take the decorated breastplate because those aren't going to be any good. Title awarded. I'm now known to the Wold. And, of course, now my reputation has changed. So that's not how you want to get known.
Success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
If you wish to go and see if anything is left of Langhold, I will not stop you, but my heart I cannot bear it. I make for Harwick, where I hope to be of use to my Thane's family. Perhaps I will see you there, Hilbern. I shall not forget the good you did for us while Langhold still stood strong. So we have to scout 3 locations, and we will get a war steed and war steed riding. We will get our war steed. So let's do that, and then we will head over to Rivendell. Man, that was rough. Uhtred. For Uhtred of Longhold. Ah, that's just, Oh, scout the town center in the mead hall. Yeah. Well, I know there's another town that I've ended up in where you sort of rebuild it. It's nothing, but mead hall is locked for good. There is no more Thane in Longhold. All right. Well, so Harwick is down here. It's not too far. So let's go ahead and get on a regular horse. Yeah, hit bold. So we'll follow this to the main road and head south. Wow, that's a proper meat haul over there. But that's not... Is that Harwick? That is Harwick, yeah. So search for Killen in Harwick. I don't want to have to bring her this news. That's terrible. Hail, friend of the Riddermark. I'm Thane of this keep. What business have you here?
Your aid is welcome.
You explain to the guard that you seek Killen, wife of the late Thane of Langhold, and bring news to the Thane of Harwick that war has begun in the wold. Indeed, you may enter then. Killian is at the stables, tendering Uhtred's war steed. He'll bear grievous tidings of our neighbors' fates.
Hail, friend.
And
May
also,
I have a moment
the
of
Tourney
your
Field
time?
mounted combat tutorial. You will find Seoka at the Tourney Field north of Harwick, but look into getting a steed. Okay, so first, let's go tell Killian. I don't want to have to do this. Can somebody else have to tell her? I don't want to have to tell her.
Our mission is dire.
Dear Hilbern, I am glad another has made it here alive. We saw the smoke, and brave guards from Harwick already rode forth and scouted to return with the news. Her husband. Killen does not meet your eyes. She stares only at her husband's war steed. It is clear she is numb from the shock of the news of her husband's death. This steed is for you. Uhtred will not need him now. Consider him a gift for all that you did for us, my valiant friend. Oh, this story. Wow, you have obtained your first war steed. All right, let's talk to Kaelstan. Kill crazed
Forever
salamanders.
you have need of your services.
Find the
Forever
source
you
of the
have
buzzing
need of your
noise.
services.
Basically, we're going to pick up some quests. No, that's Seoka. I don't necessarily want to find him. I want to find the milestone. And it's okay. Stable Master's up here. And my goodness, I don't even see where the milestone is. There's the fire. Is that the milestone? No, that's the barber. Looking for it's up here. No, there's okay. Filter map notes, clear all, select only the milestone. There it is in the middle of town. Okay. I just didn't see it. So it's across from the stables. All right, so go up and hang a left. Okay. I'm going to ignore you, Seoka. I'll come back. You've discovered Harwick. Stables over here.
What brings
Okay.
you to these lands?
And then let's get the milestone. Is it up there or is it down here? It's forward, straight in front of me. Okay. There it is. All right, we're going to, well, no point to return to Longhold now. All right. So we are going to, before we do anything else, go ahead and reforge the weapon. So let's pop on over. Do I have a map already ready? I do not. So one of the things I've done is I have several maps to the room there, the special room, map to the Tracery Archive, right? So let's go ahead and use one of those. And we're going to port to Rivendell. Chappie San, Max, he's a great racer. Oh, Valentino Rossi. I don't follow enough MotoGP, but I know the name. Yeah. If they make it easier for you to get into Harwick now, I'm going to throw things. Gobeth Tathian, the Archive of Traceries. All right, let's go ahead and reforge the weapons. We've got Hilbern's Pointy Thing. I am now accepting nominations for a rename of my crossbow. Hilbern's Pointy Thing. I'm waiting. Since there's always a lag, right? Now accepting nominations for Hilbern's Pointy Thing or Raven's Doom. That's right, Roak. Bree Crossroads. Raven's Doom and Hilbern's Pointy Thing. Any nomination, any suggestions for new names? Kids these days? I'm not going to name my weapon Kids these days. That's not going to happen. Well, just going to wait. I'm seeing nothing. People come and stand on top of me there. All right. Gorhirial, Heartseeker. I like that, actually. If it's allowed, let's try that. I won't be able to use any... Oops. Gorhirial. Aha. All right. Raven's Doom. I like that, by the way. Gorhirial. Well done. For the sword. Now, Raven's Doom is nice because, of course, Katie, right? Roak. Raven. But I am willing to rename it something else. Katie's Bane. Roak Bane. Good night, Voicey. Thanks for stopping by. I'm looking over at chat. I'm not, yeah. Katie's Snark. Katie's Bane. Katie's Bane. Roak's Bane. I think Roak's Bane. Let's try that. I don't think it'll allow for, oh, maybe. The name you have selected would not be appropriate. There we go. All right. So now, if we take a look at the weapons. So this tracery, for instance, had been maxed out at level 100. Now it can go to level 125. More than that, no, I don't have a new slot. Darn it. I was hoping I'd get a new slot and get to select new traceries. However, I should be able to replace some traceries maybe with like better tiered traceries. Let's see. What do I have in my own legendary vault? I have some enhancement runes for... I can't use them until I'm level 86. So then what about the shared items? So I can get a sealed tracery incomparable. What I'm really looking for, though, are these. The traceries where I then get to pick my own. But these are higher levels, like 121, 151, 101. But that's... yeah, I'm still 81. So that none of those will work for me. Level 50 incomparables. Yeah. All right. So I can't even use that because that's for high level. For high level. All right. We'll grab a sealed tracery token. Sealed tracery token. Oh, I see. If I do the incomparable token here, and I do a couple of these. 2 Shattered Khazad-dûm. Oh, that's right. I'm still that level. Okay. So I've got 3 of those. 3 Shattered Khazad-dûm traceries. Those plus Ancient Runes will be able to get me, not the legendary level, but the teal level. All right. So if I wanted to, let's take a look again at my traceries. So I already have teal level on both at my my heraldic tracery. I need to spend some runes or some mithril to boost up those levels. But what I'm looking to do is replace any purple or green. So we've got teal, teal, teal. There we've got purple, teal, and teal. So we got one there that we can build. Focus spender on that one. What about this one? Aha, we definitely want to bump that one up to teal. quick shot. Okay. So this one, though, is a word of power. So for word of power, we're going to go over to the word of power traceries, which are in here. And we filter by profile. So we're going to select, see, we're not, so it's 86 that then I can start doing new traceries. So level 50, I want to look for incomparable because I don't have the stuff for legendary. You'll notice when you go to legendary, it requires a cracked Khazad-dûm tracery. I only have shattered Khazad-dûm tracery. So that's going to be your incomparable or teal level. In this case, I'm looking to replace the single target attack damage. So I'm looking for single target attack damage. And that must be on the second page because it's alphabetical. There we go. Single target attack damage. So that's going to take one of my Khazad-dûm traceries and 900 ancient script. So there it is. And now I'm going to drag that in here and replace that one. Okay, and so now it's already gotten from 75 to 88, which has boosted the physical mastery and tactical mastery. And then quick shot damage is a word of mastery. That's out in the thing. So let's see, quick shot and focus spender. So both of those are in the other room there. So let's wander over. Those are specific to your class. So hunter traceries. All right. So here, what we want, again, I need to make sure I don't duplicate. You can never have two of the same traceries. So if I forgot and ended up buying a swift bow damage one, it would be this, right? It would be pointless. So what you want to do is make sure that you also spend your ones on skills that you use. For instance, if I'm looking at quick shot, that's quick shot. I use that all the time. That's one of the first things that I use. It's a focus builder skill. So if I'm out of focus, it's a great way to build focus. It's also a very short induction time. So I use that a lot when I'm in close combat because something like Heartseeker, which takes 2.2 seconds, right? Much, much quicker to use quick shot or long shot. Long shot's 1.2. It's this one, I think. It's 1.5 for barbed arrow. Yeah, quick shot's really good for that. So we want to use quick shot damage. So that's going to be Hunter Traceries level 50, probably under Bowmaster. Or maybe under, not Bowmaster, but General Utility or General Damage. Aha, well, there's Focus Spender, which we want for this one, right? No, not the crossbow. This one. Focus Spender damage. So currently we have this tracery right here, which is an item level 73. It has an enhancement limit of 125 because I've just reforged my weapon. And if I go to this one, it's got basically a slightly higher base for focus consuming skills damage and crit. So that'll cost me 600 ancient script and 1 shattered Khazad-dûm tracery. I will replace that with this. Now that has not changed on any levels because it was not significantly better. That's fine. I'll spend some runes to do that. So that one's all teal now. I don't have the ability to get any legendaries, so that's fine. 86, I'll worry about that. Okay, so quick shot is what I'm looking for. Now, I'm like, oh, you know what? I use Swiftbow a lot too. But the problem is I already have Swiftbow, so don't buy that one. There we go. Quick shot damage. So we want this one. And we're going to drag that in and replace that. And you can see that what it did is quick shot damage went up from 31% to 35%. All right, so now that I've replaced the traceries, it is time to get some of the runes applied. First of all, do I have any runes already? I do. I have enhancement runes level 50 incomparable. So I can use those on something like my heraldic tracery. So you notice right now it's at 73 agility, 54 vitality, and 351 physical mastery. If I drop that on there, it levels them up a little bit. So it has 78 agility and a little bit more physical mastery. Let me go ahead and go into my shared storage and look for some runes. So that's all traceries, runes. There's only one more runes. It's all traceries. That's a bummer. Yeah, it's all traceries. which I don't really care about that much. It's not a lot of runes. And these are all runes for levels I can't use. So that's frustrating. All right. Well, this is where you get some pay to win. And I'm going to just show you how this works. I'm not going to do this very often. In fact, I don't think I've spent a mithril coin on forging stuff because you don't really need to. I'll show you what happens though when you do. So you can level up a slot. Right now, this one's at level 106. And you can, if I want to move all 19 levels and bring that up to 125, it'll cost me 38 mithril coins. Now, I have a lot. Don't give me too much grief for having that big of a balance. Over time, they accrue from buying those supporter packs. But you can see quickly why you don't want to do this long term, because what I might do this here for one tracery, you realize how much that's going to cost, right? 50 levels, 45 levels, 40 levels, 50 levels, right? So that's going to cost 100 mithril, 80 mithril, 100 mithril, 100 mithril. So pretty soon you're talking about spending easily 500 mithril to level up to maximum. And mithril, if you want to know and get an idea of how much that costs, you can and you should before you start spending money like that. I'm here to keep you from wasting your money. Okay, even if you buy mithril coins at the largest amount where they're cheaper, 2,000 for 250. Let's do math. So here they're 85 or 8.5 LotRO points per mithril coin. So if it's going to cost me 500 mithril coins, that's going to cost me 4,000 LotRO points. 4,000 LotRO points is more than $35. It's not worth $40 to max out a weapon. Okay? It's just not. So don't spend your money on this. I'm going to do it on just my heraldic tracery because it gives me a huge agility bump and physical mastery, which are the most important skills for a hunter. But the rest, I'm just going to wait and get runes. So don't waste your mithril doing that as a whole. Okay. But yeah, that you'll see here that that agility has bumped me up to the point where it's contributing a lot to critical rating, where now I have a critical chance of 26% plus 6.5% for devastating. That means more than 1 out of every 3 is either going to be a critical or a devastating. And when I hit, and that's just for on level enemies, it'll be even greater for lower level, which I've been doing. And then the magnitude is increased by 34%. Physical mastery, damage of my physical ranged attacks against on-level enemies is increased by 215%. So that's what makes me a little bit more quick to kill enemies, is just how I've spec'd the guy. But there you go. Any questions? You can purchase runes for script. I did not know that. Scrolls and enhancement runes. There we go. So enhancement runes, level 50. Wow. 1 for 150 ancient script. That's pricey when you realize what that'll get me. 1 enhancement rune for Rain of Arrows. Let's do single target attack damage, right? That goes up 1 level. That's going to be pricey too. But that is also where then you can take those extra traceries that you don't need. For instance, if I go into my shared items here, and I'm like, I don't need all these sealed traceries, the rare sealed traceries, taking up all this space. The odds of me getting good traceries with these is pretty slim because they're just random traceries that you get when you open them, right? So let's take 5 of those out. And we know from the fact that these are purple to begin with, they're only going to give me purple traceries, right? So there we go. A Rain of Arrows damage, quick shot focus. These are all good. Ranged attack extension is particularly nice. But because these are purple and not teal, I already have better runes or better traceries. So each of these disenchants into 40 ancient script. So I can disenchant and get, in this case, there's 5 of them. So I get 200 ancient script. And then that 200 ancient script I could then use to get another enhancement rune, right? But that enhancement rune is only going to bring up the level by 1. So I'm going to go from 73 agility to 74. It's a slow grind, folks. It's a slow grind. All right. Yeah, if you max out at 10K ancient script, you need to spend some. So it's a really good way to get yourself below that cap again. That's a very good point, because what you don't want is to open up something on your rewards track that gives you ancient script if you're already at 10,000, because if you don't spend it, you're capped. So let me show you what that does here. If you're ancient script, now at this point, I'm 5,000 away from cap. But if I were at 9,900 and I opened something that had 500 ancient script, I'd only get 100 and the rest would be lost. So things that have caps, you have to keep an eye on, like your embers, figments, and motes. I don't have a lot of other things to write home about. All right. Let's see. Any other questions? Let's do math. Yeah, the super complex room of the game. It really is. It really is. I enjoy this, the sort of little nitty gritty of how the numbers make the game work. But I have to admit, the game does a good job of keeping the spreadsheet aspects under control. So you don't have to do that unless you're doing, end game raids and stuff. Then you really have to min-max. You have to really, get specific about it, because all of this then combines with your traits, right? So, and I've still got some points to spend because I leveled up. In for the kill. So this, by spending a point here, I will get a bleed to my Heartseeker, which is nice. Or I could maybe spend a single thing to set more trap damage, or increase my evade, or add focus from quick shot, right? What's this one? This one gives me more, each critical hit, a 50% chance to apply a cooldown. It's nice. I don't use Hunter's Blood often enough. Mercy kill, more focus builder skill damage. There we go. Let's do that. And long shot, bonus focus chance. All right. So your trait tree, what I just did here, goes hand in hand with the way you build your legendaries. So if you're particularly focused on this and you have a lot of extra mithril, or you don't mind spending the money, what you can do is actually have two sets of legendaries. You could have a set of legendaries that you use when you're on your blue tree, and can have a set of legendaries that you use when you're on your red tree. I don't think, and somebody in the chat will have to tell me, I don't believe the restriction on having a tracery duplicated applies as long as you don't have that weapon equipped. I believe that if you've got, like, if you switch out from a crossbow and a sword to a bow and a dagger that you use, when you're traded differently, you can still have duplicate traceries, because you're going to want to always have, there are certain traceries that a hunter will always want, no matter how you're traded. Either the Heraldry of the Serpent, or there's another one, I think, Heraldry of the Eagle, which is a little less agility and a little more vitality. But you really want to be, there's only like 2 valid heraldries to choose if you're a hunter. I'll show you what I mean. Heraldic traceries right here. Come on. All right. So heraldic traceries level 50. Let's go with incomparable. So the Heraldry of the Serpent's the one we used, right? So it comes with agility, vitality, and physical mastery. Lion is great for, let's say, a champion, because it's might, vitality, and physical mastery. Eagle's not the one you'd want. What's the other? It's the Sparrow. So you notice Sparrow and Serpent both have agility and vitality, but with the Sparrow, you get a little less agility, but a little more vitality. So if you, let's say, we're trading to be, more focused on, let's say, crowd control or something like that, or you're going to go the blue line altogether, maybe there you do Heraldry of the Sparrow, make yourself a little more durable. Whereas I don't mind being a little more glass cannon, and having a little less vitality and having more damage. So that's what you do with your heraldic traceries. Eventually, when we get to 86, I'm super excited that I'll be able to, I think at 86, you get another tracery slot. So I will have, for instance, on both weapons, I'll still only have one heraldic, but I don't know if at 86 you get a second word of power, a second word of craft, or a fourth word of mastery. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's word of mastery, but it might be word of power. I don't think word of craft comes until later. Somebody can probably tell me that. All right. Well, let's head back and then we'll wrap up the game. Let's go back to Hardwick. Oops. I love the little runes coming up. I love that one of them is the thorn, right? The little, and then one of them is also the ash, I think. Is it ash? I can't remember which one's which. All right. Okay, so we want to continue the tournament. So that's what we're going to do next, but we're not going to do it quite yet. So we are going to move stuff into our storage. So in the case of crafting, we know we want Rittermark hides, oak wood, Rittermark scarn, and the birch sapwood branch. The oak sapwood. Actually, I don't think we need birch. That's Calenard level. Okay, and then for shared storage, I'm going to put some stuff in there like the Calenard hides for the next alt that comes along. And then for my scholar, some of the wax items. I have too many of the agates. I'm not going to worry about that. Ooh, high-grade Rittermark scarn. I didn't see that. Okay, nothing else needs to be done. We just need to open up these recipes so they sell for a bit more coin. We have Essence of Might. I don't really want that. Let's reward ourselves. After we sell everything, we'll reward ourselves by opening one. I forgot to open a scroll. We'll open one loot box. So let's get rid of these 3. Toss those. You definitely can get stuck spending too much money on black steel keys. Buy them only when they're on sale. All right, let's see what we get. Ooh, we got ourselves a teal piece of armor. Look at that boost. Almost 200 points more for armor. A nice 30-point agility boost. 25 points, some extra vitality. Finesse goes up. We replace physical mastery with crit. That is perfectly fine by me. That's nice. And then 1,800 motes. So I'm going to toss the major potions of morale. Those are really pretty useless. And I think I already have the Hat of the Avid Birder. Yes, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and disenchant that. And then we're going to equip the Reinforced Swift Hauberk of the Traveler. And then we'll unlock that piece of equipment that I'm wearing now, Enduring Great River Armor, and sell it. All right. Yeah, that was a nice bump boost. That bumped critical rating even higher because, of course, that bumps agility higher. So that's a plus. Call that a win. All right. Going to go ahead and exit the game. And turn chat back on. We can take this off. All right. Let me catch up real quick. Martin, I used to watch F1 at my grandfather's place. Oh, I love that. So you watched it maybe back in back in the day where it was even better. I'd love to know what era you were watching that in. Your Runekeeper has a complete heal set and a complete flame set. That makes sense. You really would need that with Runekeeper because those play styles are so different. Yeah, only for equipped. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah, so it is nice to make sure to check ours as well, sir. Check ours. Oh, the chat. Yes. Eowyn's Nazgul Stabber. Yeah, exactly. Click to re-equip. It's it's harder to grind for that much stuff, for that many runes. Best way to do that is probably have the Stone of the Tortoise so that you don't over level where you're at, and then do a bunch of missions, because missions give you, a ton of advancement on the rewards track. Thank you, Katie. Yes, definitely. Please give the stream a like if you've enjoyed it. It helps us a lot. Subscribe if you are on YouTube, and follow, I think it is, on Twitch. I mean, you're certainly welcome to subscribe on Twitch, but I know that's a little different. And back in the 90s, ooh, so we're talking like, Schumacher, maybe if it was early 90s, still Senna before his tragic death, which I think was 92. Leaving a review on Apple, that is hard, Caltonian. It is. Yeah, I remember that accident. Two stones of the tortoise. Answer all the questions in Bartleman's bag. The challenge about that is that some of the questions just don't lend themselves well to, and so sometimes I find a way to paraphrase them, but sometimes the questions are either there's a 30-second answer and there's no way to extrapolate and make it a longer conversation, or the question is so broad that it would take a 30-minute episode to answer. So 94, that sounds right. Yeah. Gosh, it's just deeply tragic. F1 has changed so much since then. It's become, it got a lot safer after that. And then, of course, after the even equally tragic Jules Bianchi death at Suzuka, it's gotten even more safe. I mean, you think about some of the wrecks that we've seen in the last few years. I think of, was it at Silverstone where Zhou got turned upside down, and, that would have killed him in any other generation of car. Heck, Lewis Hamilton getting a helmet on the top of his head at Monza when he and Max clipped tires in 21. Yeah. So Horn, I don't get a lot of questions per week. We used to very early, I think, when we were still in the Silmarillion. In fact, I still have a ton of Silmarillion based questions, and I may start to answer those on the TTT, like either on Mailbag Monday, or I might take a series and just answer them all on Silmarillion Saturdays. That might be a fun thing to do. Not this coming series, but the one after. So, the Grosjean wreck. Ooh. Oh gosh, I still cannot believe he survived that. I literally thought I just watched a man die. And if those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Drive to Survive, the man who walked out of fire, look that episode up and you can watch it. I would only say that because he survived, it was, my heart stopped just thinking, I've just seen the thing you never want to see. Yeah, cars are so much safer. Yeah, Katie, that was the one where the car basically split in half and then exploded into a fireball, and how could he possibly survive? Yeah, for some of the simpler ones, Becca's been actually, even the more complicated ones, Becca's just provided an answer, especially because she now knows if it's a short question that's a yes or no question, or has a very short answer, like, oh, there were 3, whatever it might be. She just answers it because she knows I'm not going to put her on the show. It's got to be a particularly good, particularly good question. Yeah, I was too, actually. I've always loved motorsport, and I have to admit, I don't really watch NASCAR anymore, but that was back in the day when I was still watching NASCAR quite a bit. And I knew it was a bad wreck, but I couldn't even imagine that being a fatal wreck. Yeah. I'm so glad that motorsport has gotten safer, from the Hans system to the Halos in Formula One, to just the way the car structures are these days. I admit, I thought when the Halos first came out, I thought, man, Formula One has lost its way. Those things are hideous. They would affect driver visibility, etc. But there's no going back. No going back. Yeah, so much stuff. Oh, well, today was a fun one. So this is going to be one more stream of LotRO before we move on for a bit. And it's going to be to get my war steed and to laugh at my driving capabilities on a horse. It's a good thing it's a video game, or I would get thrown and probably break several bones. And then, so that means that if you join me next Saturday, you probably won't be here for LotRO. You'll be here instead for either that really cool Middle Earth National Parks puzzle, or you'll be here for the for one of the Lego builds. So yeah, can't let me down. Can't run around or desert you. That's right. Oh no, please submit questions. Always submit questions, because here's the thing. I'm always looking for questions that are relevant to where we're at in the text. So if you've got a question on something like let's say the disaster of the Gladden Fields, right? Send that in now, and it'll get asked when we get to the disaster of the Gladden Fields. Hunt for the Ring is coming up, right? The Istari, the Palantiri. I probably do have some questions in the bag on the Palantiri and on the Istari that I can pull up when Sean and I do those chapters at the end of this season. So those we probably have enough, but yeah, I'm always looking for stuff that's relevant to where we're at. And then once I'm done with Middle Earth Map Monday, and I think I only have one more series of that realistically, then I'll go back to Mailbag Monday and I'll just start answering questions there. Middle Earth Map Monday, we've been spending, I don't know how many weeks, right? We basically started with the Fellowship. We started with the Shire and kind of moved around. I mean, I think I've been in that. Let me just unhide my rows here, because I only keep the last two series up. We started Middle Earth Map Mondays in week 50 in July of 24, and we've been doing it ever since. The Shire, the Old Forest, Barrow Downs, Bree, Grey Havens, Lindon, Enuminus, Fornost, the Kingdoms of Arnor after the split, Rudaur, Cardalan, Arthedain, and then Forochel, and then Amon Sul and the Trollshaws, Rivendell for a couple of episodes, Eregion for a couple of episodes, Misty Mountains, Moria for 3, Lorien for 3, the Great River for 4. So we covered things like the Brownlands and the Undeeps, Sarngebir and the Argonath, Nenhithoil, Amon Hen, Amon Chla, Tolbrandir, Rauros, Parthgalen. And then we spent 12 episodes in Rohan. And then we spent 21 episodes in Gondor. So this next series, I'm going to be doing, I might have 2 more series now to think about it, because I'm going to be doing the Emyn Muil, the Dead Marshes, Daggerlad, the Battle Plain, the Black Gate, Morgul Vale, and Minas Morgul, Cirithungol, and Shelob's Lair. And then that way there'll be things like Udun, Durthang, Barad-dûr, Mount Doom, the Plains of Gorgoroth in the following series, and they'll go back to the mailbag. So please send in questions, because once I'm out of places, I can't do Middle Earth Map Mondays. But yeah, I mean, that's been amazing. If I do have to go one more series, that'll be 70 plus episodes of Middle Earth Map Monday. More than I did for Mailbag Monday, actually, because I only did the first 49 were Mailbag Monday. My goodness. Send it now. Yeah, send something about the Istari. Yeah, please do. You never know, because I don't know how many questions we have in the bag, but please send them in, right? Yeah, my question there is, why did Tolkien have to do that to my heart and soul? Yeah. Send it now. The Grey Havens. Asked about Dior's nature. We did. I remember recently finding that question, going, let's talk about that. Ulmo brought Boromir's boat safely over Rauros. I can buy that. He's in the waters. Yep. Yeah, please never be afraid to send them in, even if I don't get to them right away. I'll tell you what, when the show is done, the next thing I'll do is just do a bunch of question and answer conversations. Whoever's hosting with me, we'll just pull up questions in the mailbag. We'll answer them as best we can. Do that for an hour and a half. Stop, do another episode, fill in as many questions as we can for an hour and a half until we're out of questions, until the mailbag is empty. So that way, every question will get answered eventually, if it's an answerable question. I mean, sometimes the questions are not answerable, like I said, you know? But some of them are really good. I mean, some of them are fun what if questions. Some of them are good speculation questions, or Yeah. I'm looking at some of them right now that are in the mailbag. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff. So please don't be afraid to send them in. All right. Several asked the same. And yeah, that's the thing. If they're repeat questions, she'll get you an answer. Before the end, I have a QAN where it's just Tolkien experts asking to the questions. I can say that if I were asking questions, they'd be questions that you just don't have an answer to. And those are kind of the fun questions, but they're the frustrating ones because you can't, there's no definitive way of answering it. But, you know, questions about like Tom's nature. We can only say what he isn't, right? That he isn't an Ainu and that he isn't an incarnation of Eru himself. But as to what he is, he's Tom, you know? I mean, Sean and I had landed on him being sort of the residue of the music. But that's not a fixed answer, you know? Tolkien said he's a representation of the Oxford countryside or the Oxfordshire countryside. But he also said that he's just somebody that he wanted to bring in the story because he was a character he really liked. So, yeah, that's the thing. Do we know for sure who the old man that they met on the eaves of Fangorn? I believe Gandalf said that wasn't him. So that was either Saruman or a phantom of Saruman. I believe Gandalf actually says specifically that wasn't me. A Jeopardy game where all the topics are Tolkien related. I did one of those once. For the line party in 2003 for the Return of the King, I did a 5 category. No, it was 5 categories. It's 5 categories, 5 questions each, and then a second page. So it's like the trivia contest that we did at the Moot. There were like 10 categories with 5 questions each, and then a double Jeopardy or a final Jeopardy question. It was brutal. Residue doesn't sound endearing. Yeah, he can be a mystery. Yeah. I mean, it's like he says about Sauron taking the ring back to Middle Earth after Numenor falls. In a letter, he says, "One need not boggle," which I love. It's like, look, it's a story, you know. But I love the way he puts it. One need not boggle at the idea of this, you know, disincarnate being, spiritual being, whose physical being has been destroyed, somehow carrying this physical ring back to Middle Earth. One just need not boggle. So, yeah. The beacon fire's in order. I'm on Dean. You got me. I'm trying to remember now. Oh man, I know it's Amandine, and I know the end is the Halafirian, and I'm trying to remember where like Elanach, and where. Oh shoot. I'm trying to picture it. Amandine. I think Elanach is after Amandine. And I know that Calenhad is before Halafirian, but it's those middle 3 I don't remember in order. Ask your doctor if Nardal is right for you, but I don't remember where Nardal fits. I think the last 3 are Min Rimon, Calenhad, and Halafirian. So that means Amandine, Elanach. It's either Erlas and Nardal or Nardal and Erlas. And then Min Rimon, Calenhad, and Halafirian. At least that's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Yes, one need not boggle. I do love that. Good stuff. Well, I am going to go ahead and wrap up the stream today. It's, I think I said earlier, it's my son's, we're celebrating my son's birthday today. And so we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream, and I'm going to go pick up his gift and make him very happy. Make him a very happy young man. So thank you so much for joining me today, folks. Really appreciate it. Join me again Tuesday when we'll get a war steed for Hilbern the River Hobbit. And then next week on Saturday, we'll start moving on into some other things. Maybe Magic the Gathering, playing Arena, with Matt. Who knows? But either way, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I think we're good all the way through to probably almost the end of the month. I think I'll have to cancel the 21st, but other than that, I think we should be good. So of March, obviously, since February is already gone. But other than that, we're good. So thank you so much for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, folks. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.